CFS is a neurological dysfunction of your body. It is not a mental health condition, it is a physical condition. And it is basically inconsistent physical and emotional and mental fatigue. So where I'm at right now is everything seems like a big deal to my nervous system. I get hot, burning feet when I lay down at night, and my feet are not hot. I get this stiff neck problem where I cannot even hold up my head. It's like weak. I just have to lay down. I can, like, wherever I'm at, whatever I'm doing, I have to rest my head down. I cannot even hold up my head. It gets so weak. I get these migraines day after day after day. I get these headaches. My arms get weak. My hands get weak if I'm doing things like dishes and things like that. This condition is in the category of nervous system dysfunction conditions, which is like POTS and MS, things that people have to be in wheelchairs for, things that people have lifelong struggles with. People that have these conditions sometimes cannot work at all. Sometimes they need caregivers to even help them eat, take care of themselves. I might have been treating myself with a mental health condition when actually I'm experiencing a physical condition. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome over a decade ago. At the time, I was also experiencing depression, I believe, symptoms related to my ADHD and my PTSD. So they kind of just grouped chronic fatigue syndrome in with everything. A lot of the physical problems that I was having at the time didn't really correlate with the mental health issues, but they just kind of thought, well, your nervous system is clearly all out of whack because of everything you've been going through, so we're going to slap this diagnosis on you. But nobody really sat and explained to me what it was. I've just been kind of dealing with it alongside the rest of the stuff. For me, it's always been just like I can sleep all night and I wake up tired, exhausted, or even if I wake up fine, I get started with my morning and within an hour to 2 hours I crash. I have spent time doing nutritional stuff. Maybe it's diabetic type insulin related stuff. So I've gone through the doctors with all of the testing. I thought maybe it's sleep related. Maybe when I'm sleeping, I'm not actually sleeping well. So I did a sleep study. My sleep is fine. Finally, I did a neuropsychological evaluation. I did a full mental health workup, and the doctor said that I do not have major depressive disorder. I have been diagnosed with ADHD, PTSD, and a panic disorder. This is all in relation to my mental trauma that I've endured throughout my life and my ADHD. So those do present barriers, but I've done years of therapy, read tons of books, done all this self-help stuff. So I am able to usually accommodate those, the symptoms that are brought on by those conditions. Well, this has been a lot different. It's been a lot different for a long time too, even before everything catastrophically fell apart in my life last year. Prior to that, I was doing a lot. Now, I will tell you that it's probably more than what a lot of people would be doing. But as a single mom, I was just working 14, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, because I needed to make money and provide for my kids. I was operating a business and in the process of opening a second business. So I was really busy. I was also on and off in college, doing college courses at the time. I'm capable of a lot. I can do a lot. I can buckle down. I can meet deadlines, do all the things that you should be able to do to maintain responsibility and a, quality of life. After I pushed myself through that period of time where I was trying to gain that success, it started really wearing down on me bad. I kept going to the doctor. They kept treating my Graves' disease, which is a thyroid condition I have as well, then my ADHD. So everything helped a little bit, but nothing really touched the chronic fatigue. Well, I think it turns out that the chronic fatigue syndrome symptoms I've been experiencing up till recently have been on the mild spectrum of it. My mental health trauma kind of superseded that. My terrible marriage I was in and all the stuff that happened over the last decade, it wasn't the primary problem. It wasn't the primary concern. It's you also have this nervous system dysfunction thing, but first let's get taken care of all these things so you can actually be treated for stuff, right? Now that I'm experiencing the chronic fatigue syndrome symptoms so dramatically, I'm realizing, looking back, that a lot of that problem was this too, and completely overlooked by the medical professionals, by my doctors. It's on my medical record, and they're still telling me, maybe you need therapy, maybe we need to try psychiatry meds. Like, none of this stuff fixed chronic fatigue syndrome. Some of the typical signs of the chronic fatigue syndrome is prioritizing tasks. So this is also in conjunction with my ADHD. Well, I'm just procrastinating. I'm just not prioritizing while my ADHD symptoms aren't under control. It hasn't been my ADHD symptoms, guys. This has been about energy disbursement, not about task prioritizing. There's probably some fancy word for it that I don't know, but it's basically picking between what task takes the most and least energy to do. So it's not a matter of I don't want to do the dishes. I want to do the dishes. I just think that's going to take up too much energy for me to do. It's not about the dopamine in this situation with me. It's not about managing my ADHD. It's about managing this nervous system dysfunction that I'm going through. As I try to get back to working, it seems the same thing. I burn out super, super quickly. I cannot sit and have a 2-hour conversation with 1 or 2 people back and forth, nothing stressful, just a regular dialect conversation without it causing me to be collapsed for 4 days. So none of this is normal. I had physical therapy and I was going just fine, doing all the things, and then all of a sudden I had a crash, and I was not even able to call them and cancel, and that's really outside of my norm. It's not depression. People with depression don't have motivation. You ask them, well, what do you want to do tomorrow? And they're like, I don't know, I really don't have motivation for anything. I'm like, I would like to do this and this and this. I have all these things to do, but I don't have the energy to do that. I am too sore to do that. It's increasing my anxiety because I don't know what I'm actually capable of. I've not experienced this condition so severe yet. So now that this is what's happening to me, I'm afraid to make plans because I'm canceling so many plans. I'm afraid to try to work because I'm calling out and I'm not able to show up to shifts. I'm afraid to even say to somebody, I'll do this for you, or I'll message you back, because even that can be too exhausting. I will be mid-conversation with my friend in Messenger and just dip out, and I feel awful because I just lay down and close my eyes and I feel completely drained, and it is not their fault. There's nothing even going on in the conversation. It's just a constant overwhelm, over fatigue. My nervous system can hardly handle a thing. I'm in this major chronic fatigue episode, and I do not know when it's going to go away. But the good news is now I know the direction. So if you're experiencing this stuff too, this is where you need to get your accommodations in place. You need to stop asking for mental health accommodations, stop asking for mental health appointments, and start asking for physical accommodations, neurological appointments. That's what I'm going to be doing. When it does come to me going back to school or going back to work, I'm going to try to go into that with some physical accommodations in place, because again, mentally, I feel all right. I'm going through a lot. I'm sad a lot. I've lost a lot, but I have the motivation every day. I have the desire every day. I want to do things. I want to talk to people. I want to go places. I just physically can't get myself to do the things I want to do. I'll stop doing a task in the middle of it. It's not the ADHD. It's pure exhaustion over nothing. Then I beat myself up over it. I'm not experiencing mental illness. I'm experiencing a physical, neurological dysfunction of my entire nervous system right now. It's not easy to want to try to plan for things and do things and then not have the energy to do that. It's not easy to not work and not have money. It's not easy to not be able to keep up with what I feel like are really basic responsibilities and basic daily living activities. It's scary. I don't have a big support system. I do not get a lot of assistance from the government, and I'm in super debt from having my business and running my businesses and owing taxes. And so I'm just like in a hole all across the board with everything. Still living in my camping trailer. I am getting help from the medical insurance company with utilities and rent, but that's going to go away in just another couple months. And so I'm just, my panic disorder is probably about the only thing on that mental health list that actually is spiking because of this, because these are real needs I don't have met. These are real threats to my safety. These are things that I don't know what to do about.